competition and a feeder competition there to the AFL.
You're the truest form of an athlete playing footy. You got to cover long distances, you got to be able to have endurance, be quick, athletic, sprint, be strong, and have skill at the same time. And I think that if you fancy yourself an athlete, this is a sport.
Well, everyone plays offense and defense, and everyone is a skilled player. You need to have reasonable endurance, reasonable speed, reasonable strength. There's no restrictions on how tall you need to be. Some guys can be, high 6 feet. Some people are in their 5'5", so it doesn't discriminate against anyone. Anyone can play. The thing that Americans would find particularly exciting about it is the fact that it's so fast-paced. The game's continuous, it doesn't stop, the game just continues to keep rolling.
Future of the game, I think that we need to get into more colleges. You look at a team like Minnesota and what they're able to do with college scholarships. Kids going over to Australia for a semester and then come back and they're helping with Minnesota's team. I think that's where our real development's going to come in, and I think we need to really foster the college game.
It's a sport that's really growing, not only in Australia but all around the world, and there's been a few signings of young American college players in the last few years that have made the transition to our sport and done really well.
So a wide range of ages and fitness levels, and it's really a sport for anybody.
So I looked up Aussie rules on YouTube and I thought it was really cool, and that's how I found out about it.
It brings together certain elements from all different sports. Sometimes you might not be the top 1% of a particular sport, but you can use what you know about that sport, and it all is applied very well in Aussie rules football.
Just check out if there's a club in your local area, and from my own experience, both Aussies and Americans in the club are really welcoming, and they took good care of me, so they'll definitely look out for you, and it's a good time.
Australian rules football? In the US? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to usafl.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie. We want the champion! Log on and sign up to join your team at usafl.com.
Great competition and a feeder competition there to the AFL.
You're the truest form of an athlete playing footy. You got to cover long distances, you got to be able to have endurance, be quick, athletic, sprint, be strong, and have skill at the same time. And I think that if you fancy yourself an athlete, this is a sport.
Well, everyone plays offense and defense, and everyone is a skilled player. You need to have reasonable endurance, reasonable speed, reasonable strength. There's no restrictions on how tall you need to be. Some guys can be, high 6 feet. Some people are in their 5'5", so it doesn't discriminate against anyone. Anyone can play. The thing that Americans would find particularly exciting about it is the fact that it's so fast-paced. The game's continuous, it doesn't stop, the game just continues to keep rolling.
Future of the game, I think that we need to get into more colleges. You look at a team like Minnesota and what they're able to do with college scholarships. Kids going over to Australia for a semester and then come back and they're helping with Minnesota's team. I think that's where our real development's going to come in, and I think we need to really foster the college game.
It's a sport that's really growing, not only in Australia but all around the world, and there's been a few signings of young American college players in the last few years that have made the transition to our sport and done really well.
So a wide range of ages and fitness levels, and it's really a sport for anybody.
So I looked up Aussie rules on YouTube and I thought it was really cool, and that's how I found out about it.
It brings together certain elements from all different sports. Sometimes you might not be the top 1% of a particular sport, but you can use what you know about that sport, and it all is applied very well in Aussie rules football.
Just check out if there's a club in your local area, and from my own experience, both Aussies and Americans in the club are really welcoming, and they took good care of me, so they'll definitely look out for you, and it's a good time.
.com. Australian rules football? In the US? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to usafl.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We want the champion!
Log on and sign up to join your team at usafl.com.
And a very good evening and welcome to Manor Lakes in western suburbs of Melbourne for the special presentation on YouTube of the USAFL Liberties Tour of Australia in combination with the AFL International Cup. I'm Peter Holden. Great to have your company here on a very cold all night in Melbourne. It's about 6:08 in the evening here. Obviously, if you're back home in the United States, it's something like 3:08 in the morning on the eastern seaboard. And of course, you might be watching it back later via YouTube. Remember to tell your friends about this. This is the EDFL WRFL All-Stars wearing the Manor Lakes jumpers up against the USAFL Liberty, who of course are the seconds of the USA, who have a freedom team. They'll be taking part in the AFL International Cup tomorrow, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, when they take on Ireland in Pool B, I think, of that tournament, if I'm correct. And you can watch that by the AFL International website. Nonetheless, we're about to get underway here for this contest, this first of many friendly practice matches being played by the Liberty, and we are away here at Manor Lakes, and the ball is up in the middle. Ball hit the ground straight away. Arundel wanted to try and take it away for the Liberty, couldn't do so. Trying to get in there, Tracy Devine of the All-Stars, couldn't quite feed it out. Umpire Di Filand has blown the whistle early and said, let's have a ball up and let's try and break it up in the air. On the ball, I can see Taru Clayton from Roxburgh Park playing for the All-Stars today. Ball up in the air and away we go again, just knocked free, coming towards the grandstand side, trying to lay a tackle in there. Angelidis, should I say. She's given away a free kick to the Liberty, and they have it here on the clubroom side of the ground. Going along towards the half-forward flank position, flying through the air. Great mark taken there. I think, is that Melvin Leslie taking it? No, in fact, I think it might be Nguyen. Anna Nguyen takes it, goes towards the centre half-forward position, was trying to find Kathleen Michaels, got away from her. Hurry kicking towards the middle of the ground. Bodies going left, right and centre, including Stableland. She gets taken to ground. Umpire Filan circling, watches on here. One for the All-Stars. Get it out to Carlin. Carlin goes on the right boot towards the wing on the broadcast side. Chasing after it there is Denzel. Denzel goes after it for the All-Stars. Ball over the boundary line and out of play. Yours truly seeing most of these players for the first time. Some of them I saw at the Nationals, of course, in San Diego. Pardon me, not San Diego, that's this year. Sarasota last year, rather, in October. In late October this year, they go to San Diego for the Nationals. Ball back into play on the far side. And a hurry kick away towards the wing position. Chasing after it and receiving there. Looks like it's Devine once more. Gets on the right boot, goes further up the line. Ball hit the feet there. Coming in there was Angelis again. Couldn't get it out, and the umpire's blown the whistle and give it a resulting free kick to the Liberty. No score either side as they look further afield and they go on the right. Oh, it's going to be intercepted. Easy opportunity here directly in front of goal, but away to the left there for Dowsett for the All-Stars. So that's the first score on the board after 2 minutes have travelled in this term. At the quarter-time breaks, by the way, we'll be trying to get into the huddles and listening to what the coaches have to say. Judith Stein from the Baltimore Washington Eagles coaching the Liberty here on this tour. Ball has gone towards the outer side. That's the school side of the ground here at Manor Lakes. Hurry kick back, trying to get onto it there. Was the player in Muscat, overran the football, and the umpires pulled out a free kick and said, you're pinned for holding it. And I think by the look of it, it might be Becky Craft out there on the far side that's got the footy, who now kicks it up the line. Trying to get in towards the footy there is Robin Leslie. Couldn't do so. Hurried hand pass away. Devine going after the pill, and the ball has been given back for a resulting free kick. Long and high towards the centre half forward position. Strong mark taken, probably about 30 metres out from goal, and that having a shot is Trisha Devine from Roxburgh Park. Trisha Devine looking for the first goal of proceedings. Having a shot from about 25 metres out. That looks true. That's the first one on the board for the home side. And the All-Stars move to 1-1-7. The USA Liberty yet to score as we've gone about 3 minutes into this first term here on YouTube for the USAFL on the channel. Don't forget, while you're about, have a look at the USAFL 1997 channel. Quite a number of games, men's and women's, from across the regional tournaments throughout 2017, and last year's Nationals games are there as well if you want to take a look online. Many days of football action. If you feel a bit crooked under the weather at home and you want to watch some footy, you get to watch some great action from the United States. We've also got players here from Minnesota, Baltimore, Los Angeles, New York, Sacramento, Denver, New York, Arizona, all playing in today's side. For the All-Stars, as much as they're wearing the Manor Lakes jumper, it's worth noting that the reason why Manor Lakes, the team, aren't playing today, because they actually have to back up for finals tomorrow. They finished in the top two, playing in the major semi-final against Keilor tomorrow at Burnside. Nonetheless, a hurry kick away. Overrunning the pill there was Kathleen Michaels. Couldn't get onto it. Harassing and pressure. Going in now, Gozen tries to turn it over. Opportunity here, not quite for the Liberty. Ball on the ground. Umpire circling, allowing it to go on. Silvio tried to spin away out of trouble. Couldn't do so. And just still in dispute, half-forward flank. Going in there one more time was Theroux Clayton for the All-Stars. The umpire resultingly has the whistle and Di Filan and says, I'll call for a ball up. And that's what she does, half-forward flank. Up in the air it goes. Devine couldn't get it out. Silvio just tries to bust through the pack. Goes for a bit of a run. Grubber of a kick in towards the forward line. Did her teammates no help whatsoever. But Stadler tries to weave around, got caught. She saw the goal. She did a dance, got round one, didn't fool the second. And it will be a free kick for the All-Stars. They come towards the broadcast side. 2-on-2 the numbers here. Arundel was first underneath it. Devine caught by Arundel. Taken away though by Carland. Goes towards a contest. Hand pass out, not a throw according to the umpire. Trying to go in there again. Devine getting the possessions early. Trying to get a hand pass while Quoker was on a hammer. Goes in again. Arundel, and the umpire pulls out a free kick and says on the football, and that will be a possession here for Leslie. Robin Leslie for the US Liberty. Looking further afield. Gets on the right boot. It's a shortish kick. Nothing really to go to there. Ebert had it. Turned around on the right. Had to be good with the target. Oop, bounced off the chest there. Evangelis couldn't get it out. Angelides goes in one more time. Scrapping hard for the football. Little grubber along the ground through. Clayton had it. Then got dumped. Going in there is Bianca Devine. Bianca Devine goes one more time. Claire goes in with it this time around. Couldn't get hold of it. Devine tries to get a hand pass out close towards the boundary line. Picking it up this time is Freedom Ebert. Great name. Goes up the wing position. Trying to get a teammate to run onto it. I think it might be Gemma Smith out there. Going hard for the football. 2-on-2. The Cavalry arrives here for the Liberty. They can't work it out. Good shepherding work. I think that's Clay Januccio. Goes towards the half-forward flank position. Far side of the ground. Liberty have a chance, though, to clear it out of defence. A player with some space who can take it clean is Stableman. Sold the Candy Lovely. Got on the left boot. Partially smothered. That was excellent work by Freedom Ebert, and sees the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. EDFL, WRFL All-Stars 7, USA Liberty yet to score, as we've got 12.5 minutes remaining in this first term. Special note to Troy Maloney on camera this evening. Doing a fine job as the ball is back into play, and just the pack forms one more time. Can they squeeze out a hand pass? Not this time. All wrapped up, and the umpire blows the whistle and calls for a resulting ball up in between the interchange benches. Don't forget, tomorrow 2 p.m, USA Freedom taking on the Irish Banshees at Ransford Oval in Royal Park. Opening game of their pool in the International Cup. Boom! Big hit late on, and down goes Angelides. That's going to need a Barocca in the morning, but she she manages to bounce up, get a kick towards the middle of the ground, looking for Sarah Carlin. Couldn't run onto the pill. Looking nearby, Erica Sacchi from Philadelphia. She's trying to get involved, trying to extract it. But once again, it's all locked up, and we'll call for a ball up. Only goal so far kicked by Tricia Devine from Roxburgh Park. They're in the number 1 for the All-Stars. Give that tap out to the All-Stars as it hit the ground. And speaking of the devil, Devine tried to get a hand pass out. And it hit Di Folland in the back, and she got caught right in the middle of the pack. I'm not sure if you can call that a possession, but she goes further afield, looking for Algozen. Takes the mark. Claire Algozen for the New York Magpies. Gets on the right boot towards centre half forward, looking for a target to hit. It's an awkward bouncing football. Hand pass, trying to put it in the path there of Basley, pardon me, couldn't get going. And, oh, that's almost a throw out the back. Algozen wants to go one more time. 45 metres out from goal. In goes Claire Algozen again. Hurry kick away. But only as far as Quoker with support. Amelia Rundle kicks inside 50 with the kick. Bounce away awkwardly there by Salerno. Salerno goes chasing after the football. Nearly laid on a good tackle. Going after it as well was Skosniecki. She was there, but plenty of players there for the All-Stars, and they clear it well towards the wing on the outer side. Long kick up the line, just through the fingertips there of Emma Dowsett. She couldn't hang on to the pill. She was under pressure from Jennifer Ferrucci from the Arizona Hawks, and therefore the Liberty turned it over. They've got some running players there and taking it, and I think that might be Erica Sacchi, who goes for the run and got dumped afterwards. The umpire will give a resulting downfield free kick for the US Liberty. Liberty were winless when they played in the International Cup. The only time they played the Cup was 2014, when the USA and Canada both fielded their development sides in that competition. As she kicks it inside 50 with a kick. It's a long pie floater. Oh, backing back there, taking a lovely mark. I think it might be Madeline Johnson who's got the pill. And she just looks to relieve the pressure. Wants to come to the clubroom side of the ground. Dangerous kick. Oh, wasn't attacked at it well by Stablin, who managed to get it off the bounce. Stablin has a flying shot at goal. Will it bounce through? It has. The USA Liberty get there first, and it's a 1-point ball game with 9 minutes remaining in this term. 1-1-7 the All-Stars. The Liberty sitting on 1 straight 6. Well, for Karen Stablin from the Baltimore Eagles, I was a bit worried there how she attacked the ball. Thought that's not the type of hands up to mark a footy, but it looks like she knew what she was doing. She punched it in front of herself, picked it up off the bounce, ran in, bang, goal. So it is a 1-point ball game here at Manor Lakes. Up in the air, away we go again. On the ground in dispute. Devine wanted to go in one more time. It's Tricia Devine, but it's taken out by Nguyen. Good hand pass towards the outer side of the ground. I think it was looking for a teammate out there. The umpires pulled out a free kick for in the back. And let's see if we can just see who's got that. And I think it might be either Nguyen or Lizzie Evan. As it will be Nguyen that'll take the football. And a new went from the Sacramento Suns. That's the same club Katie Klatz from, who, of course, played for the GWS Giants in one exhibition game last year and is now playing at Melbourne University in the VFL women's competition. The kick, though, is intercepted and sent back for what's it came with an absolute roost of a kick, looking for Dowsett. Has to go back in again for a second effort. Still on the ground for a bit of a scrap. Hand came out. Dowsett lurking around. Could receive here. Bumped off of it. Going in to try and extract it is Robin Leslie. Umpire Di Filan says it's going nowhere and will call for a ball up. Under lights here at Manor Lakes in Melbourne's outer southwestern suburbs. Thanks for joining us. As just going in to lay a tackle one more time was Nguyen. Ball still in dispute. It's scrappy football with Angels fear to tread, and the umpire says once again we will call for a ball up. Great to have the freedom out here, the Revolution, the men's side, and of course Brian Barish has come out for the USAFL media manager, and he'll be calling a couple of games, not only the US, but I think 1 or 2 other nations games throughout the AFL International Cup, kicking off with games tomorrow at Royal Park in Melbourne. First game getting underway at 8:45 in the morning between Great Britain and Pakistan in the women's division. Make sure you rug up when you head out there. The weather's going to be a bit woolly as the hurry kick now sees the opportunity for the Liberty with a dribble along the ground. Algozan beaten out to the football on this occasion, just busting the way through the middle. I think it was Gemma Smith who went long with the kick towards the top of the goal square. It's a bouncing football, an opportunity here. Oh, they wouldn't have picked it up when they probably should have kicked it off the carpet. Stacks on the mill right in the goal square, and the umpire will call, no doubt, for a ball up. I think that was Constantinitis going after it. Constantinitis, pardon me. I'll get that right by the end of the day, as she just overran the football and just went to try and pick it up off the ground where she should have just gone for the soccer through, particularly only about a metre or two out. Here's a quick kick around the corner towards the top of the square. 1-2 bites of the cherry. Couldn't quite pull it in. Angelidis it was, and resultingly so, it Stacks on the mill and will call for another ball up. 1 point ball game. The All-Stars 1-1-7. USA Liberty 1 straight 6. Up in the air it goes. Punched away and try to get a hurry kick away was Constantinitis, but it will only register as a minor score. So the All-Stars 1-2-8, USA Liberty 1 straight 6, as we wait for the ball to be brought back into play for the Liberty at the far end of the ground. Went through several sets of hands there. Ducks, umpire won't pay the high there, and in fact will say holding the football. And kicking the resulting free kick and playing on quickly there, Lizzie Evan. And she goes long towards the boundary. The umpire says you've got to come back behind the player on the mark and do it again. Lizzie Evan, of course, from the Minnesota Freeze. As we joked last year at the Nationals in Sarasota, when the Minnesota Freeze played the Sacramento Suns, we said they should play for a giant thermometer instead of a cup. And whoever wins it, if it's the Freeze, you put the thermometer down low. And if the Suns win it, you put the thermometer at the top. Play for the Weather Cup, in fact, as the long kick towards the wing position on the outer side of the ground come off hands. Quokers lurking around the pack, and the umpire says holding the football though, and just points in the correct direction now for Skosniecki from the New York Magpies, who comes back inboard with the kick, just through several sets of hands there. Ferrucci wants to go after the football, couldn't pick it up. Plenty of players involved. Centre half forward for the All-Stars, and Di Filan pulls out a free kick, and that will be going the way of the 28 in Rainbow Ebert from Glenroy. Ebert goes long inside 50 with the kick. It came off hands at the pack. Evan lurking around there. Hurry kick out of the contest. No 15. Taking it and having a flying shot on goal there. 21, which we don't have in our sheet. And it's through. Well, the kick from the pocket. And it looks like it's from number 15, Chloe Danuccio from Roxburgh Park. That one for the All-Stars see them move to 2-2-14. The USA Liberty 1 straight 6. Here on the USAFL YouTube channel. Chloe Danuccio from Roxburgh Park. Funny enough, both of the All-Stars goals from Roxburgh Park Magpies players. As we kick the ball back to Di Filan, and we'll have her having a ball up in the middle one more time. We should mention there's other matches happening on the Tuesday evening in Melbourne. The Liberty take on Bulleen Templestowe. On Friday they take on Monash University. Next Sunday they take on West Brunswick. And then the Wednesday they take on the Oakley Crushers. That's their schedule ahead for the Liberty Tour. Now onto a running Emma Dowsett. Dowsett just going through traffic, carving them up, but the ball wouldn't do wonders for her. It got away to the left-hand side. Geez, it would have been brilliant if she nailed that goal, but that is only a minor score, and that sees them move on to on the scorecard to 2-3-15 to 1 straight 6. Peter Holden from GirlsPlayFooty.com with you in commentary. Normally joined by a bunch of other commentators, but I think they've all decided to stay at home and watch the stream because it's a bit of a cold on night out here in Manor Lakes in Melbourne's West. As Quoker wanted to go in there, having the ball but getting run down, Erica Saki, and the umpire said she got pushed in the back, so that will be a resulting free kick. Saki for the USA Liberty. She finds herself kicking further up the field, not really hitting a target at all. Quoker's lurking around if she can get on the end of it. Doing some shepherding work there, Shelley Lampard. And good tackle laid, but the umpire says that was a bit too high, a bit too rough. And there might be Lampard there for the All-Stars, who has the resulting free kick. Puts it high in the air, looking to go inside 50. Trying to get under it. Angelitas over around the football. Ducked. Evan got the hand pass out. Stolen intercept. Dowsett now kicks it towards the top of the goal square. It's a bouncing football. Chasing after it with players on her hammer is Kaylin Deal. Deal managed to get away from them though. Got on the left boot. Went for a paddock. Now there's plenty of Liberty players out there. The one thing you notice about the Liberty players, they're quick. There's no doubt about it. They've got the speed. It's just a question of executing the skill. 3 of them were talking, but none of them can pick it up. 2 on 3. The All-Stars managed to hold the football up along the wing position. Big tackle laid on. Umpire comes in and says it was too high, it was too rough, and it will be a free kick. And getting that is again Emma Dowsett from Craigieburn. Dowsett gets on the left boot. It's long and it's high. It's going up the line. Came on several sets of hands there, and a bunch of players jump on the football. And once again, umpire Di Filing comes in as the whistle calls for a ball up. Di actually, of course, headed out to the US, meant to just be watching the USAFL Nationals, but ended up getting roped into umpiring a few games. I think even one of the lower division grand finals as well. And there's the siren to signal quarter time here at Manor Lakes as part of our USAFL Liberty Tour. And it is the All-Stars, 2-3-15, leading the USA Liberty 1 straight 6. 9 points the difference. Good crowd in attendance. I'd probably say about 100 people here at Manor Lakes braving these very chilly conditions. In a moment's time, hopefully we'll head out to the USAFL huddle. I was hoping they'd be the nearest side to me, but instead they've chosen to go to the far side of the ground. And we'll go out there and we'll have a listen into what they have to say in the huddle. If the microphone breaks up, we do apologise. This is a bit done on the fly without our regular equipment, but we'll have the opportunity to head out there in just a moment. You're watching the USAFL Liberty Tour. They are currently trailing the All-Stars by 9 points. We'll be back in just a moment's time.
Australian rules football? In the US? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We want the champion!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
You got to hit record there to record that, and that'll allow you to send that to the device. We've got some recording going on and live streaming here at the match. There goes the siren. We're underway for the second term here in the match between the USAFL and, of course, the All-Stars. As it's now going forward for the All-Stars. 30 metres out from goal. Hurried hand pass. Was looking for Salerno. Couldn't get onto it. Dowsett looking nearby. Devine had it momentarily. Lost it when she went for the kick. Quoker towards the half-back flank position. Oh, good tackle. The umpire said hands were free and the hand pass was good. Oh, tripping over at the vital moment there. Saki close towards the boundary line in our commentary position. Chasing after Dowsett. Couldn't quite pick it up. A foot got in the way. One bounce over the boundary line and out of bounds. Wanting to claim it there was Skoczniecki, but the umpire said, no, that wasn't on the full. That was out of bounds for a throw-in. So that's what we'll have. Thrown back into play. Right in front of our broadcast position. Freedom Ebert going after it. Trisha Devine got it on the right boot. Went further up the line. Dribbling football away. Who can try and find the football? Chasing after it there. By the look of it, might have been Shelley Lampard. Kicked it, and a good mark taken by the number 19 there, who is Laura Desenzi. Desenzi goes inside 50, 30 metres out from goal. Came off hands. Quoker there on the back line. Again, clearing kick, only to be intercepted. It's ping-pong football, and straight back to whence it came. Here's the hurry kick, trying to find there Catherine Mullen. Mullen wants to go in one more time. Couldn't get the hang onto it. Garland now got it out there. Trisha Devine towards the top of the goal square. She's been looking dangerous, Devine, in this game, no question about it. Bit of pushing and shoving in the goal square. Can the All-Stars get a clean kick of the football? Lulu was going in there. She wasn't successful enough. Quoker kicked it off the ground. Didn't go too far. Momentarily, but Konstantinidis, she tried to get a hurry kick away. Couldn't do so, and the umpire says that is a free kick. Holding the ball up. I saw Di Filan wave all the arms around. I know you're on the camera, Di, but watch the theatrics, please. In fact, she has paid a free kick. There you go. She knew the camera was on, and she was just giving a little bit of theatre. Right boot directly in front. It is away to the right, and it will register as a minor score for the All-Stars. They move the 2-4-16. One straight 6, the USA Liberty. As here's the kick back into play. Several sets of hands there. And the umpire's blown the whistle and said that is a throw, and I'm going to give that to the All-Stars. On the right boot, good mark taken, had to be taken on the knees. It was like a wicketkeeper's type of catch, and an opportunity. I'm not quite sure who that is from the distance for the All-Stars. But she goes long and high towards the top of the square. Came off hands, trying to hold front posse there. Valerie Barber Axthelm kept it in front of herself. Of course, Valerie, one of the key forces behind the Seattle Grizzlies women's team. I think they've got a game coming out soon with the Vixens as well from Vancouver. Hurry kick away by the All-Stars towards the top of the square. Reach over the shoulder, and a snap on goal. Does clip the post and will register as a minor score. 17 the All-Stars, 6 the USA Liberty here on the USAFL YouTube.com stream. Hurry kick and taken there as it's long and it's high towards the half-back. Quoker there going for a run. Long kick up towards the wing position, outer side. Going through traffic there, but couldn't pick it up as Madeline Johnson from Tarneet, one of the suburbs nearby, one of the newer clubs in the area and rivals of Manor Lakes. And she does indeed see the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds, furthest from our commentary position. As Cameron's got things on a bit of a slope, I might give him a little bit of a hand there, just to tilt that sideways. There we go. And just down a bit. As Now opportunity, far side, a hurry kick, trying to get onto the football there through the hands of Silvio. All Stars move it long. Dassett going for a run, across the play towards her. In fact, it was Carland. Long hand pass over the top, half forward flank position. And holding the football is the call. And it will be with the Liberty. I think it's Libby Evans who goes for a bit of a run. Why not take on the game? From half back flank, comes in towards the central corridor. Flying lead was coming out, but it didn't quite stick. And it's the All-Stars that will come down the corridor instead, only to come off hands. Chasing after it there, Catherine Mullen. She's been in a fair bit. Hand pass to the ground. Trying to also get there was Freedom Ebert. And Di wanted to blow the whistle and thought twice about it as Silvio tried to get a hurry kick away. Lauren Henry tried to slap it forward, looking around there, Algozan, and will call for a ball up. 2-5-17, the EDFL WRFL All-Stars, USA Liberty 1 straight 6. As the ball still on the far side of the ground. Hurry kick. And a mark taken just when they required 15. Desenzi goes long inside 50, juggling it and taking a mark there. Angelides with the footy, 50 metres out from goal, unloads, it's still as high as the light tower with the kick, trying to get underneath it, and the hand in there was Becky Kraft. She did well, good tackle late on, but the numbers are aplenty here with the All-Stars. If they can get clean possession, they cannot. Kraft went in one more time, finding it hard. Catherine Mullen, she's watching on, lurking around the pat. Lulu from Tarneet, and the umpire says, let's have another ball up. So that's what we'll do, ball up, inside forward 50. Away we go again. Dropping up in the ruck. Her kick away there by Leslie. Ricochet, and she got it back again. Robin Leslie pierces through a worm burner on the left, and against about 50 metres, dribbling along the ground. 2-on-1 the numbers here with the All-Stars. Getting to it though is Mullen, who manages to hold it up. That's great footy from her. As the ball is in dispute. Coming over the top there was Silvio. The umpire said that's in the back, and that will be a resulting free kick. So Silvio giving away that one, and one step and a bomb for the All-Stars straight inside the forward line. Was looking for the play, and Emma Dowsett to run onto it. She couldn't do so. Mullins there, beaten out to it. Hurry kick along the ground. Samantha French was there. Couldn't hang on to the football. Bumped off of there. Valerie Barber X-Thumb. Hurry kick by the All-Stars towards the goal line. Oh, it's a low snap off the ground. It might be by basket, I think. And it is a minor score. Clip the woodwork on the way through. 18-6 in favour of the All-Stars. The kick towards the outer side sees Quoker run onto it. Quoker past the car with the headlights on and up the wing position. Foot race on. The All-Stars are to their first, has to beat out two players, does so. Then long towards centre half forward. Only as far though as Lizzie Evan. Turned over. And almost in the back regardless. One out by Carly, who gave away a hand pass, and a teammate got caught straight away. Might want to go one more time. Then kicks it along the ground. Still on the far side. And hand pass over the top. Awkward football. Try to get a hurry snap there, Silvio. The ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. Milani Silvio, of course, from the new Los Angeles Dragons women's team that was created at the start of the year. And they should be making their debut at the Nationals in October on the 21st in San Diego. Just a short drive for them down the highway. As Angelides over around the football. Quoker nearby. Algozan went to run after it, and in the end it went over the boundary line and out of bounds. Cold nippy conditions here in Melbourne tonight. They were talking about rain and hail. That's all held off. but there's a definite chill in the breeze at about 6:45 in the evening. As a hand pass away while under pressure, sees instead an opportunity. No pin for throwing the football. No, gets a free kick. Amelia Arundel from the Philadelphia Hawks. That's the home club of Brian Barish, and they're looking to. They've got a couple of players there, and they're obviously trying to hope that they get a full side one day, a full program running, particularly with the good quality women's football that's out there on the Eastern Seaboard with Boston and Baltimore Washington Eagles, Columbus, and the New York Magpies, and some sides nearby from Canada as well, like Montreal Angels that come by to visit regularly. Ball in dispute far side of the ground, and a free kick pinged out there. I think that is for Algozan. It goes long towards the half-forward flank position. Getting on the end of it, though, this time to turn it around, Madeline Johnson. She was under pressure, coughed it up, and went over the boundary line and out of bounds, according to Di Filand. And we'll have a throw in. Liberty have got the aid of probably a 2-goal breeze in this term, as Judith Stein said in her quarter-time address, saying she was proud they kicked one into it, and now they want to use it, but at the moment they just haven't been able to do so. As still in the pack, fighting hard for it there was Nguyen, couldn't quite get it out, and Di finally comes in there and says a free kick for the All-Stars. And a hurry kick on the right, Angelides takes the mark. Turns around, right boot. Oh, it's just about into the face there of Amelia Arundel, who managed to hold it up. And it's Stacks in the mill, and will call for a ball up. We're gone more than halfway through the second term. No side have scored a goal for this quarter. So, pressure on. Good defensive effort from the All-Stars, not allowing the Liberty to score with the agency of the breeze. And again, another ball up far side of the ground, as Di Filand throws the ball in the air. Away we go again, brought to ground, Quoker. Fought hard for the footy, but she is all wrapped up. One of those players wrapping her up. It was Lauren Henry from the Glenorden Football Club. And we'll call for a ball up. Throws it up in the air, and away we go again. Brought to ground, and was spun out of trouble there, as Di Filand comes in one more time, crosses herself and calls for a ball up. You're watching this game on YouTube.com and the USAFL channel. I'm Peter Holden. Nice to have your company this evening. It's the Essendon District Football League, Western Region Football League Women's Division All-Stars. So the sides that didn't make the finals, taking on the USA Liberty, which is the development team for the USAFL's women's program. Their main team being, of course, the Freedom. Mark taken on the far side by Emily through Clayton of Roxburgh Park. Goes on quickly, tries to go to advantage towards the half forward. Quoker got it after beating out Lulu in the contest. Quoker, though, has turned over the football. Scrimmage on the far side. Umpire says holding the football, and Quoker will get it after catching the player in Lauren Henry. On the right, up the line with the kick. Trying to run onto it there, but being bumped off of it, Ona Nguyen. Close towards the boundary line, and once again we'll go over and out. Ball staying predominantly on the far side of the ground this quarter, when predominantly play was on the near side in the first term. Ball back into play. Oh, beautiful ducking and weaving there for the Liberty. On the right boot towards centre half forward. Long piercing kick. It's an awkward bouncing football trying to get there. I think it is Nelson. Hurry kick along the ground. Trying to chase after it and keep it in front of herself was to Leone from the VU Western Spurs. And the ball went over the boundary line and out of bounds. Just to give an idea of the competition, it's virtually a development league in the EDFL WRFL, because the VU Western Spurs, a VFL women's team, field their fourths in that grade. They field their seconds and thirds in the two divisions of the Northern Football League. So it's still many first-year clubs that play in the EDFL WRFL. As Ball's on the deck. Hurry kick out of the pack is just away to the left by Leilani Silvio, and that minus score is the first score for this term for the USA Liberty. They move to 117, trying the All-Stars 2-6-18. About 5 minutes remaining in the term. Can they sneak one here? That's the question. I think taking it there down back is Freedom Ebert. He goes long, dangerously. Picks out a teammate, takes it and goes for a bit of a run. Oh, shrugged one tackle, but got caught in the second, holding the football. And that's a great run down there by Robin Leslie from the San Francisco Iron Maidens. They're the defending champions in Division 1 in the USAFL. Her kick, though, didn't do that well, but she chased it up again. Leslie got run down, but got rid of the hand pass in the nick of time. Amelia Rundle tried to get onto the football. She couldn't do so. Her teammate got knocked over. Going in there is Osthoff. She can't knock it forward. Pack of half a dozen form. Bump to the side. Umpire still allowing play to go on. Quoker intercepts. Laurie Quoker, who had played, I think, for Wollongong, if I'm correct, previously in Sydney, goes long on the right boot towards the forward pocket. Needs a teammate to create something here. Going in to pick it up and getting thrown into the ground is Ona Nguyen of the Sacramento Suns. And the umpire says that's holding the football and a free kick for the All-Stars. So they have it back pocket, far side of the ground. Kick wasn't all that great on the deck. Trying to get there, Tia Luen from the VU Western Spurs. Quoker again, scrapping hard for the football. Umpire Di Filan blows the whistle and calls for a ball up. So we're inside the Liberty 50. They've only kicked a point so far with the agency of a 2-goal breeze. Doing the ruck work on that occasion was Constantinitis. And a free kick pulled out here to be taken away by Desenzi. And she finds the intended target, the half-back flank far side of the ground. All-Stars going to left the screen the second term, only to be intercepted, and a beautiful piercing kick. I think that's Saki kicking inside 50. Good tackle, but was it without the football? Umpire said it was fair. Kicked it to advantage. Is there an opportunity here? 20 metres out from goal. Can they make something work? Can they find space? Because it's just like a rugby maul at 25 metres out. And that hurry kick will only go as far. Constantinitis, and she picks it up, gets on the right boot. Arundel's there. Can't control at her feet. Wants to go with a hand pass, trying to find Osthoff. Now kicks out towards the back pocket. Forward pocket, hurry kick. Bowled over a few. Has this one gone through? No, it's touched. A minus score for the USA Liberty. They go to 1-2-8. They trail the All-Stars 2-6-18. About 2 minutes remaining here at Manor Lakes in the second quarter. 4 20-minute quarters we're playing. Clock started a little late on our screen, so it may go a bit early from what you see watching at home. Great tackle late on, trying to strip the player of the ball was Skosniecki, but instead, the All-Stars came away with it. Angelides, does well, takes on 2, gets on the right boot, coming back inboard. Wants to find Trisha Devine, got away from her. Stablin does well, gets on the right boot, but kicked it straight up and straight back down again. 15 metres it travelled towards the half-forward flank position. Heat-seeking missile there from the Liberty, chasing after the ball and picking it up very cleanly. Great work, Amelia Rundle, who now kicks it towards the top of the goal square. It's in a very dangerous spot. They try to get a hurry kick away, didn't work out. Can they open it up? 2-on-1, great smothering from the All-Stars. 10 metres out from defensive goal. Going after the football again. Claire Olgozen up against the boundary line. Umpire says kicking in danger against the Liberty. And it will be a free kick. Geez, I tell you what, if it wasn't for that defender, that would have been a definite goal for the Liberty. Absolute frustration for them. They've been working well in the latter half of this quarter, but haven't been able to hit any targets inside 30 metres out from home to have a set shot on goal. Ball on the ground. Almost got one in the back. Hand pass, good. Weaving through traffic. A shot on goal. This looks good. And Silvio's got it for the Liberty. A goal for them reduces the margin to 4 points near half-time, and you can say that's the first Los Angeles Dragons player to kick a goal in representative football. There you go. Little piece of history there. 2-2-14 the Liberty. The All-Stars. 2-6-18. Siren due to sound any moment. You're watching the USAFL YouTube stream of the USA Liberty Tour, the second side of the USA Representative Women's Program, the main side being the Freedom. And that is half-time, ladies and gentlemen, here at Manor Lakes. And we have got a ball game, courtesy of that goal from Silvio. That one with the breeze. Now it sees the Liberty 2-2-14, the All-Stars 2-6-18. We're set for a 10-minute half-time break, and then we'll be having a 5-minute break at three-quarter time. Wow, what a contest this has been here at Manor Lakes. We're going to be in for a cracking second half. As we said, the Liberty were just doing well in that second turn. There was plenty of run being created. Arundel was doing great. Algosin was everywhere. Quoker was picking up possessions. Mullen, the amount of running that she did from the frees was sensational as well. Plenty of drive being given. The Becky Craft was good. Erica Saki, a lot of drive, a lot of momentum. But at the end, the issue was they just weren't able to find targets. They were having to try and do it from rush shots. But they did get one in the end from Silvio, who managed to weave through traffic. If they can manage to find a way to kick inside and have a mark from about 25-30 out, then that would certainly give them goal and they'd get more reward for effort. As I said, they're pumping hard there, the All-Stars girls. They had to defend, having to kick into the breeze for that second term. The work is ahead of them to see if they can extend the margin in the third term to give enough of a buffer to wave on what's coming. Peter Holton with you in commentary. Troy Maloney doing the cameraman work today, doing a marvellous job. And I reckon the bar owes him a few beers afterwards, just quietly as well. I think the motto is as many as you can carry, I think. And he'll probably bring along a ute. He's done a marvellous job out here at Manor Lakes. Just a reminder as well, we've been talking about the USA Freedom for those that might be watching at home. 2 o'clock Melbourne time, which I think converts to about 11 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 p.m. on the West Coast. That's tomorrow. That is for the women's side of the program. That is going to be the USA Freedom taking on the Irish Banshees. It's essentially second versus third from last year's, from the last International Cup in 2014. So that should be an absolutely cracking game in their pool. Make sure that you watch that. And then we've got, I think, staying at 1 o'clock Melbourne time, which is about 10 p.m. I think on the East Coast and 7 p.m. on the West Coast. The men's side of the draw, the USA Revolution, taking on Canada's North Wind in Division 1 of the men's of the International Cup. That, of course, is happening at the moment. You know who might get on their headset? I have just seen an umpire walk in Di Filand. So let's have a chat with her. Let's get her to get the headsets on. This is the first time I think we've ever had a chat with an umpire at half-time. It's a friendly scratch match, so it's okay to the officials watching at home. Di Filand, thank you very much here for joining us on the USAFL.com stream. How are you finding the stand of the football? Because you've been umpiring a lot in the EDFL and WRFL with the USA Liberty, the development team.
After having been over in the States last year for their nationals, I've noticed that obviously a lot of groundwork has gone into the team coming over here this year. Standard has definitely picked up. There's great football happening out there tonight. You know, it's a great atmosphere with the crowd. The footy itself, they're hard at the ball. Yeah, it's fun.
Indeed it is, as you said, a great crowd. And the one thing that we're seeing from the USA, naturally because they don't play as many games as we do here in Australia, they play a lot of metro footy, they maybe play half a dozen or so 18-a-side matches throughout the year, is that maybe the skills haven't come on when it comes to hitting targets like we used to here in Australia. But from a pure athlete point of view, because many of them are crossed over from other sports, we're seeing a lot of creative run from the USA players today.
Absolutely, and we noticed that that quarter in particular, number 28, some of the runs that
Robin Leslie from the San Francisco Iron Maidens.
Yeah, some of the runs that she had started to break the game open. You're right, you know, the crossover athletes are definitely having an impact.
And the one thing that will be interesting is I know that obviously a number of the AFLW recruiters that I've spoken to have said they are actually going to come down during the International Cup and have a little bit of a peek and see what's going on, because we've seen come out of London, we've seen, well, we say come out of London, Lauren Sparks was originally a Victorian footballer, but she played 2 years in London. We saw Kate Sheila drafted out of London. We see Katie Cladd at the moment is running around for Melbourne University from the USA. We've seen Kendra Heil, for example, got drafted even though she didn't play. She's a Canadian. So there is a possibility for those international players, if they're good enough and obviously want to commit to coming out to Australia, to play in the AFLW.
Oh, absolutely. I think I mentioned that to you at Nationals last year, that there's definitely players out there who are worthy of having a look at, and this is a perfect forum for recruiters to come out, see what they've got on offer, see what they can do, have a chat to them. There's great footballers out there.
And I think as well, cross fingers, and I hope they do that. I hope at least one of the AFLW clubs invites some of the players down to do what they've done with the rookie day. Do a little bit of combine testing. Let's have a look at not just the basic skills, but how they're doing with their vertical leap, how they're doing with their 20-metre sprints, etc. Because even if they don't get picked up, if they do see the potential there, they'll obviously go over to the US and Canada, etc., and look for more players. But it also gives an opportunity to test the Aussie players. If the Aussies aren't doing as well in the 20-metre sprints as the Yanks, well, then it says to the Aussies, well, you know, we've got to lift our game here.
Absolutely.
Makes a bit of competition. Who, by the way, is umpiring with you today out there?
Gary Minari, who is another long-term ex-WRFL umpire, who is now umpiring in the Western Region Footy League, doing the women's footy over here.
We've been talking about the USA a bit. We might just quickly focus on the Essendon District Football League and Western Region Football League just quickly before I let you go. How have you found that, Steph? Because that's essentially a development division, because how it's broken down since the VWFL's gone, we've had this top league, the VFLW, the second divisions, first, second divisions you call the NFL, and then below that, because the Spurs, for example, have their fourths in this EDFL, WRFL. How have you found it with some of the new clubs and a lot of new players coming to the game as well?
I've really enjoyed it. It's certainly changed the face of women's football. We've seen Keilor come in this year as a first-year club and take all before them. They're going into the semi-final against Manor Lakes tomorrow undefeated and beat Manor Lakes last week by about 90 points, I believe. Caroline Springs are a first-year club. They finished in fourth, and they're playing long-term VWFL, ex-VWFL team Sunbury in the first semi-final, which is third versus fourth, which is the game I've got tomorrow. We've seen other EDFL and WRFL clubs bring teams on board, and I believe there's even more to come in next year. So there's development happening. Point
Cook, Spotswood, for example, have had trial days as well. So, yeah, the numbers. Just before, I know I said that was the last question, but if the cameraman could just pan around quickly, look at all the cars and all the people that are staring around. Remember, this is just essentially a women's scratch match. It's the players who are part of clubs who didn't make the finals, plus a second USA side. So it's not even the first USAFL team. It's the development team. And this is a great crowd that's come out to watch.
Oh, it is, and it's fantastic for us on the field, hearing it and listening. It's like having bush footy at night, because this is what it used to be like when I was a kid going around bush footy. You'd have all the cars around the ground, and everybody be sitting in their cars, honking their horns, having fun.
I've been told as well that from Brian Barish, who let me know that the USAFL Freedom team are having a watch party in their hotel, and they were nuts when Silvio kicked that goal.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, you know that would have been that would have been Kim Hemingway. She's a party starter. It would have been. I'm putting it on Kim.
Absolutely.
Well, Di, thank you very much for joining us. I'll let you enjoy your break. break, have a drink, whatever you got to do to relax, and then enjoy the third quarter out there and the final quarter as well as part of this scratch match as part of the USAFL Liberty Tour.
Terrific. Thanks very much for your time, Pete.
That is Di Filan joining us here on YouTube.com. Thank you very much, Di. She is an absolute legend. She should be doing special comments for us more frequently, just quietly. Might have to come see us around finals time. We'll chat. She'll want a contract. But
Australian rules football? In the US? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
Great competition and a feeder competition there to the AFL.
You're the truest form of an athlete playing footy. You got to cover long distances, you got to be able to have endurance, be quick, athletic, sprint, be strong, and have skill at the same time. And I think that if you fancy yourself an athlete, this is a sport.
Everyone plays offense and defense, and everyone is a skilled player. You need to have reasonable endurance, reasonable speed, reasonable strength. There's no restrictions on how tall you need to be. Some guys can be, high 6 feet. Some people are in their 5'5", so it doesn't discriminate against anyone. Anyone can play. The thing that Americans would find particularly exciting about it is the fact that it's so fast-paced. The game's continuous, it doesn't stop, the game just continues to keep rolling.
Future of the game, I think that we need to get into more colleges. You look at a team like Minnesota and what they're able to do with college scholarships. Kids going over to Australia for a semester and then come back and they're helping with Minnesota's team. I think that's where our real development is going to come in, and I think we need to really foster the college game.
It's a sport that's really growing, not only in Australia but all around the world, and there's been a few signings of young American college players in the last few years that have made the transition to our sport and done really well.
So a wide range of ages and fitness levels, and it's really a sport for anybody.
So I looked up Aussie rules on YouTube and I thought it was really cool, and that's how I found out about it.
It brings together certain elements from all different sports. Sometimes you might not be the top 1% of a particular sport, but you can use what you know about that sport, and it all is applied very well in Aussie rules football.
Just check out if there's a club in your local area, and from my own experience, both Aussies and Americans in the club are really welcoming, and they took good care of me, so they'll definitely look out for you, and it's a good time.
And welcome back here to Manor Lakes for this game between the All-Stars and the USAFL Liberty. I'm Peter Holden. Great to have your company on Saturday the 5th of August at Manor Lakes. It is around about 7:08 in the evening, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, for all those times of those matches tomorrow, Melbourne time, and in the evening, Saturday night US time, just go to facebook.com/USAFL. Brian Barish has got all those times updated for you. We're just waiting for the umpires to run back out on the ground. The players are there, but the umpires aren't, because, of course, we had the one and only Di Filan having a chat with us. The score card at the moment is the All-Stars sitting on 18, the Liberty 14. Goals at this stage for the USA Liberty, it was Karen Stablin. She got their first kicking into the breeze, and the Baltimore Eagles, and Leilani Silvio, she got their first for the Los Angeles Dragons. So they're the goal kickers. Devine and Danuccio, the goal kickers for the All-Stars. Yep, we're recording. That's good. Yep, that's all working well. Our cameraman apprentice with us here, being Troy Maloney, and we hope to get some players as well chatting to us afterwards, after the game from the USAFL. Guy Filan's coming back out on the ground now with umpiring pal, and we'll be not too far from getting underway. Thanks for your company wherever you are on YouTube. It's a bit of an ad hoc here operation. It's kind of like got the homemade camera. I think we've brought the capture card, which personally is going to be back about $270, just to make sure we can make this happen. We've got the vMix running on the laptop here, and the team sheet, which I've literally seen for the first time I arrived at the ground. So you could say things are a little bit interesting that we put it all together at the last moment, but we're glad to bring it to you here on the YouTube stream for the USAFL. Don't worry, there'll be a better production, and there will be, of course, some magnificent work by Brian Barish throughout the remaining games. You can see that on their Facebook page of those other contests that they are broadcasting throughout the Liberty Tour, and of course for the Freedom and Revolution. We're underway here again. Wanting to try and run the ball is Freedom Ebert, and she picks it up for the All-Stars. She goes to the far side of the ground. Plenty of players to run onto it. And one of them, with a long hair, has been doing damage. We don't have the book 21. We think it might be Brooke Muscat. I know the Spurs will correct me later on. Watching this game at home. Hello to those from the VUS Spurs. Big game for them tomorrow against Melbourne Uni. Ball up, half-forward flank, far side of the ground. Up in the air it goes. One down there by Bianca Devine. Close towards the boundary line. Tackle laid on. Filan says it's holding the football. And a resulting free kick. Emma Dowsett from Craigie Burn gets going with a long, high right boot kick. Went over the head of a couple of players there, including Becky Craft. Hand pass. Evan under pressure. Has to go again. Stacks on. Muscat, hurry kick away. Getting in there though, picking it up. Valerie Barber-Axthelm from the Seattle Grizzlies. She goes long to the far side tower. Bounces over the boundary line and goes out of bounds, and we will have a throw in. Cool evening here in Melbourne for this first match of the Liberty Tour. Swinging around, Dowsett on the left, trying to get towards the fall of the ball, Lizzie Evan. After it was a contest made by Gemma Smith. And Filan says kicking in danger. Free kick going the way of the All-Stars. Asking a question as well, I think it's Devine, about where the player on the mark is. And she's thinking about having a shot. I reckon she's about 45 metres out from my far position. Goes towards the top of the square. Muscat's there. And they might just see this through for a minor score. They do. So, a 5-point lead to the All-Stars. 2-7-19 to 2-2-14. Kick out of defence. Wanting the player to run onto it. And Silvio got caught straight away. Goes back and gets it again on the right boot towards the centre wing position. Bounced around. Taking it there is Carland. Got turned over. Silvio again. Busts through. Gets on the right. Coughed it up though. And a mark taken by Trisha Devine. Devine's kick wasn't so. And it was taken away. Oh, copping one high on the way through there is Nguyen. She'll get the resulting free kick and will just now put her head back onto her shoulders going, oh, jeez, they got decapitated. And Nguyen goes towards the far side. Mark taken. Amelia Rundale gets going on the right. Has a player out there on the wing position if she can get there. 2-on-1 the situation. Harassing is Michaels. Does well. Holds the football up. The cavalry arrives. Half a dozen on it. Umpire blows the whistle and will call for a ball up. Not sure we can zoom in any more on that. That is on the far side of the ground. There we are. That's a bit better. Nice and close. Thanks to the cameraman, Troy Maloney, doing the job today. As ball still on the far side. Silvio again at the feet of the football. Knocked away out of the hands there. Valgozin. Turnover. Hurried hand pass. The umpire says that was a throw, just as Madeline Johnson for Tarneet tried to get her kick away. and resultingly so, a free kick given. And I think it might be Becky Craft, who gets on the ball and kicks it in towards the middle of the ground. Foot race on here. Liberty doing well. Trying to get in there. Was Basley. Creates great pressure. I should say it's Balsley, pardon me. Got the pronunciation wrong. Trisha Devine tries to work her way through. Lays a brilliant tackle. Ball spilled free. Quick hands came out there by Mullen. Kicked it inside 50. Now they've got numbers here, the Liberty, if they can work it. Kicked there by Michaels. Goes towards the forward pocket. Waiting to run onto it is Nelson. All right, Nelson on the right towards the top of the square. Awkward bouncing football. Who's going to be first to it? Going in there. Bosley again. Got it backwards to Michaels. Hurry kick out of the back towards the goal square. It's away to the left. And it has hit the point post. We'll have a throw in. Probably the best result there for the Liberty, because that means they get to reset with a throw in. A chance for them to take the lead for the first time this evening. We wait for it to be thrown back into play. 5-point lead, the way of the All-Stars. Hurry kick out of the pack towards our broadcast position. Half-back flank for the All-Stars. Running after is Devine. Push off it by Silvio. Silvio win again. Got checked. Now going in to pick it up, Dowsett. Dowsett with space, dances around on the left boot, goes towards centre wing with a kick. Ball went out the back door. Foot race on now. Trying to get to it is Lauren Henry first. She stopped in her tracks. Has to go again. Umpire says holding without the football. And it will be a free kick going the way of Natasha Konstantinidis, as the ball has gone towards the half-forward flank for the All-Stars. Picked it up, but a grubber of a kick by Freedom Ebert. Went inside 50. Hurry kick away towards the player taking the mark in Gemma Smith, who's marked at 25 metres out, directly in front. One step, put boot to ball, came off hand, stayed in play. Wasn't the greatest of run-ups, as the ball is in the forward pocket, all locked in there, squeezed out momentarily. Hurry kick while under pressure, and just coming in to snap a goal, if you don't mind, is the number 15, and Chloe Danuccio from Roxburgh Park, and she's got her second. Geez, that one stings after all the good work that was done by the Liberty, and that moves the score along now to 3-7-25, USA Liberty 2-2-14. Well, what can I say? It was a lot of good work that got the ball inside 50. They had a set play, just couldn't get the goal. Went down the other end, they stopped one attack, but they just left the corridor open on that occasion, and an easy goal for Chloe Danuccio. So it is back out now to 11 points the difference. 25 plays 14. Ball up in the air, hit the ground, trying to come through there. Was Nguyen, did well, kept it in front of herself. Amelia Rundle, great footy, as the ball is on the outer side. Pack forms, picking it up there. Saki was harassed then by the player in through Clayton, which forced the turnover. Up towards the wing, numbers are there. Good shepherding work. Quick hands given off there by Nguyen. Now on the left boot, going up the line, coming in there to try and hurriedly take a mark there. Zangelidis, who then got it going inside 50 with a long bomb. Foot race on. Still in dispute. And the forward pocket in the back calls Dive Island, and a free kick going the way to Lizzie Evan for the Minnesota Freeze. And of course, when we say far side, we're sitting on the ground. We're not in an elevated commentary position, so a bit hard for the commentator seeing over just a small hill of the ground. As we go out towards the wing position, charging her way through there was Freedom Ebert. She went again, Ebert. She's on the deck, fighting in hard for the football. She's scrapping in there with Ona Nguyen, and eventually Dive Island calls for a ball up. 11 points the difference. 25 plays 14. So Saturday night, late Saturday night, USA time, you'll have the Revolution and Freedom sides playing. Further details at facebook.com and just search for USAFL. As rushing out of the pack here, sold the candy, then went for the kick, Madeline Johnson. It's good towards the top of the goal square. Hurry kick, and they get boot to ball. Goal umpire is there and says touched, minor score. It was a close foot race there. So and even 2 goals the difference. If it's a draw, they extra time or golden point. No one wants to walk away from a draw in a tour match. The umpire's blown the whistle and given a free kick. And I think that might be going the way there of the footballer for the All-Stars in Madeline Johnson of Tarneet. So she creeps in on the right boot, near side, sliding knockout of defence. Caught with a football on this occasion, Valerie Barber-Exthelm. And Di Filing comes in and says it was knocked out of her hands. Then it went over the boundary line, and then it's out of bounds. We'll call for a throw in. So that's what we'll have. Forward pocket, back into play. Hurry kick of the ground. It's Muscat now. Didn't work for her. And one off the carpet. Is it there? I think it is. And we wait for the goal umpire to come in and signal goal. So I think out of that, or it was Rainbow Ebert, if I'm correct. I think she was the one in the middle of that because it was a scramble of players. Now, Di Filand's come in. I think the field umpire has come in to overrule and said it's a point. So it's a point only. Reached with the 2 flags. The umpire said, only the minor score. So 27-14. Scratch that off your scorecard. As we're in the back pocket, and umpire will call for another ball up. Far side of the ground from us, and I've got notes flying everywhere. I've literally got pens and microphones and everything holding down the team sheet so I can read here. As we see, we're not in the commentary box, we're in the open enclosure here at Manor Lakes, but still having a bit of fun, and more importantly, the bar's ticking over. As the ball is thrown up one more time. Kraft was there, first to it, under New Wen. She's been great today, and Di Filand blows the whistle and calls for a ball in. And that's what we'll have. So, wait for her to throw the ball up in the air. Away we go again. Plenty of scrapping for the football. Good knockback there. As I think that was Arundel who tried to pick it up. He was close towards the boundary line and sees the ball go over and out. We'll have a throw in right in front of Judith Stein and the coaching bench for USA Freedom, pardon me, the USA Liberty. Kicks it inside 50 with a long bomb. That's run over the boundary line and out of bounds, seen over by Valerie Barber-Exthelm. Great to see the program doing well up in the Northwest. Plenty of players signing on to play with the Grizzlies and with the Portland Sockeyes as well. New numbers at San Francisco and the new team out of Los Angeles. And taken out there by Dowsett. Trying to get a hurry kick away. She was brought to ground though. Ball in dispute. In goes Muscat. She is caught. And the umpire blows the whistle and calls for a ball up. That tackle was laid on there, I think, by Laurie Quoker, I think. So the Quoker or Lizzie Evan who caught Dowsett in her tracks. Hurry kick and goal. Put that one down to Brooke Muscat for the VU Western Spurs. So that goal for the All-Stars moves them out to 33, the USA Liberty 14. 4 goals, 9 to 2-2. They will have the breeze of the final quarter, the Liberty, and they are going to have one heck of a challenge. There's still about 6 minutes remaining in this quarter. As we wait for the footy to come back. And of course, we talked about the USA touring. There'll be some touring happening of Australia going over to the USA in October. The Aussie Sparks, an invitation side, headed up by Jacinta Barclay, the GWS Giants, and also Cara Denellen, the captain of the Fremantle Dockers. They're taking a team over that we're playing against San Francisco and Sacramento for taking on, I think, an All-Stars team at the USAFL Nationals. That's really exciting, and personally looking forward to heading over there to check it out. And if you get the opportunity to jump on a cheap flight, why not? October 21 and 22, the USAFL Nationals in San Diego. Here's the kick by Arundel towards centre half forward, trying to look for Mullen, who had her hands in the air. Angelidis is there. She's going in for the football for the All-Stars. Fight out the hand pass. Mullen again. Can't extract it. Nelson. And the umpire blows the whistle and calls for a ball up. So, Dyfine again with a pill at centre half forward for the Liberty. They're attacking into the 2-goal breeze to the left of screen. And we just see another tackle laid on there by Gemma Smith from the All-Stars. And the ball goes back to the umpire, and we'll have another ball up. Player being tackled there. And a new win for the Sacramento Suns. Will hit the ground. Quoker immediately caught. Not quite sure if there was a throw hand pass, but got away with it. And now there's a holding infringement, and it is going the way of Karen Stabelin of the Baltimore Washington Eagles. She gave it off. And on the right, inside 50 with the kick. Angelidis packed herself underneath it. Took a good mark for the All-Stars. Was looking broadcast side. Now elects to go down the central corridor. And juggling attempt. As Dowsett has just turned around and kicked it. Went up the line. Constantinitis to try and take that. Couldn't do so. Lulu goes in again for the All-Stars. Centre wing out of side. And again a whistle for a ball up. Here's the way. Throws the ball up in the air, and away we'll go one more time. Quoker tried to kick the football off the ground. Hand pass. Constantinitis tried to put it in the path there of Devine, who overran the football. Hand pass out. Looking for Quoker, who's immediately wrapped up, snug as a bug on a rug. And the umpire calls for another ball up. Centre wing, broadcast side. Up in the air it goes, 33 plays 14. Angelidis tries to spin out of there like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, but got dispossessed. Coming in to lay the tackle, Mullen. Rugby scrum happening out there on centre wing. Now it breaks free. Oh, that was one hand. That was party tricks from Madeline Johnson at Tarneet. She goes along towards the half-forward flank, looking for a teammate to run onto it, and Susie Hills overran the football. Barbara Ekstholm tried to get back there, and a free kick going the way of Valerie Barbara Ekstholm. She was out without the footy. So the Seattle Grizzly footballer, Barbara Ekstholm, long and high up the line, and only for it to be intercepted. And the kick back by Lulu went inside 50 with the kick. Close towards the boundary line. Valerie Barbara Ekstholm going with Musket, and seen over the line instead by Kaylin Deal. Kaylin Deal, of course, on the Boston Demons. To about East Coast and West Coast. We've neglected to mention the Denver Lady Bulldogs, who won 6 flags in a row. They missed out last year, but they'll be back again this year at the Nationals. And they had a win in the Western Region Tournament, so they'll be right on form. And, of course, Halia Kastanek, their captain, will also be captain the USA Freedom tomorrow at Royal Park. Umpire blows the whistle for an in danger, and that free kick being taken there by Trisha Devine for Roxburgh Park. She already has 1 goal this evening and will be looking for her second. With a minute and a half remaining to three-quarter time, Trisha Devine sneaks in, close the player on the mark. Is it a right? Did it get there? It came off hands, and we look to the goal umpire. Got the 2 flags, but will only wave 1. So a minor score. 34-14, the All-Stars leading the Liberty as the kick out of defence. Silvio dancing, then got caught. Got a kick away in the nick of time though. Sport football there as Brianna Osthoff trying to get a hurry kick away. Going in there, Silvio again. She is caught. The umpire says that was without it, and she'll get a resulting free kick. You'll notice, I guess, some of the scrappy skills from the Americans and that, because like Katie Capp, for example, made the comment, but the tackle and the pressure in the Australian game by the Aussies, because we've grown up with it, obviously comes on so much faster, so you have less time to think about it and less space. You have to be very reactive in what you do and be reactive and also hit your target. So not as easy as it looks. There's Kraft now kicks it out towards the wing position and gets a hand pass over the top. Being held maybe without it there was Algozin. Gets a resulting free kick. If you can, go online, search AFL Victoria, by the way, and have a look at the game that was played this morning by Darebin and Diamond Creek. That was a very tough contest, and that shows the standard of State League women's footy when the top two played today. And there was a win to Darebin. Just again, search AFL Victoria on YouTube and look for that Darebin Diamond Creek game from this morning. And that's the siren sounding for three-quarter time here in our USAFL Liberty Tour Game 1, where the Essendon District Football League, Western Region Football League All-Stars, sitting on 4-10-34, lead the USA Liberty 2-2-14. We have the goal kickers down. There's 2 to Danuccio, 1 to Muscat, 1 to Devine. And for the USAFL Liberty, we have singles to Silvio and Karen Stablin. That's how the picture looks here at the moment. We'll be taking a break in just a moment's time, and then hopefully we'll be able to get the huddles this time around. We'll see how that works out there. The wonders of modern technology. And then, of course, hopefully we'll have the players just for some quick interviews after the game before we wrap up our stream. Hello again to Ryan Barish, the USAFL Revolution players, the USAFL Freedom players, watching in their hotel in inner Melbourne tonight. Hope you're enjoying the Melbourne hospitality as part of your 2-week stay out here. And congratulations and thanks to all the volunteers and community members at the Manor Lakes Football Club for everything they've done to put this great day on here at Manor Lakes. And if you ever come down to watch a game of footy here, it may seem like a country mile away, but if you just take a V-Line train, half an hour out of the city, you actually get off at Wyndham Vale Station, and the ground is a 5-minute walk away. It is very close and very convenient. We'll take this opportunity to take a quick break here as part of our USAFL Liberty Tour coverage. When we return, we'll have the huddles for you as part of the three-quarter time break. Back in a moment.
Great competition and a feeder competition there to the AFL.
You're the truest form of an athlete playing footy. You got to cover long distances, you got to be able to have endurance, be quick, athletic, sprint, be strong, and have skill at the same time. And I think that if you fancy yourself an athlete, this is a sport.
Well, everyone plays offense and defense, and everyone is a skilled player. You need to have reasonable endurance, reasonable speed, reasonable strength. There's no restrictions on how tall you need to be. Some guys can be, high 6 feet. Some people are in there 5'5", so it doesn't discriminate against anyone. Anyone can play. The thing that Americans would find particularly exciting about it is the fact that it's so fast-paced. The game's continuous. It doesn't stop. The game just continues to keep rolling.
Future of the game, I think that we need to get into more colleges. You look at a team like Minnesota and what they're able to do with college scholarships. Kids going over to Australia for a semester and then come back and they're helping with Minnesota's team. I think that's where our real development's going to come in, and I think we need to really foster the college game.
It's a sport that's really growing, not only in Australia but all around the world, and there's been a few signings of young American college players in the last few years that have made the transition to our sport and done really well.
So a wide range of ages and fitness levels, and it's really a sport for anybody.
So I looked up Aussie rules on YouTube, and I thought it was really cool, and that's how I found out about it.
It brings together certain elements from all different sports. Sometimes you might not be the top 1% of a particular sport, but you can use what you know about that sport, and it all is applied very well in Aussie rules football.
Just check out if there's a club in your local area, and from my own experience, both Aussies and Americans in the club are really welcoming, and they took good care of me, so they'll definitely look out for you, and it's a good time.
So we're here at Manor Lakes, and we might just see if we can get the huddle, and then we'll have the call for you. Carolyn Troy Maloney doing great work there, and we'll see what the coach Judith Stein has to say, and hopefully get a couple of players as well as the post-game interviews. Let's see if we can go in there and hear from Judith Stein and her address.
The conditions are premier. You got lights, you got people watching you. We're representing the USA. 20 minutes of hard accountability. Talk to each other. You guys are doing some great stuff out there. You're supporting each other. Just let other people hear you. Demand the ball. We want a strong lead from our forwards because we need to kick some major goals. We've got the win to finish this game out. Let's use it and let's win this game. Let's go Liberty. Yeah.
Liberty on three. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go Liberty.
Let's see if we can duck in on the Manor Lakes and All Stars and hear what they say.
Rainbow, Lauren, Emily, Sarah, Emily, Madeline, Natasha, Marla, Susie, Sam, Laura, Bianca, Emma, Trisha, and on the bench I got Sheree, Chloe, Brooke, and Gemma. Go have fun, girls.
As you probably heard there in the huddle, the All-Stars just having a bit of fun and throwing around the magnets for them. A little bit of a friendly hit out before the season is over. We're back with you in the commentary position in just a moment. So there's the exercise for the day. Thank you to Troy Maloney for the great work on the camera. Should have needed the Chariots of Fire music, I think, after that. As we're just about ready to start the final term. As Dive Island has the ball in the middle of the ground. As we chatted to Judith Stein, she said she might be able to grab 1 or 2 players after the game to have a chat. And we can hear from them and their thoughts on their first game as part of the USA Liberty Tour. As the ball is brought to ground, going over the top of it there was Robin Leslie. So he goes in there, hurry kick is high, awkward bounce. He's going to be first to get clean hands to it. Half forward flank for the Liberty, but it's the All-Stars. They got numbers there. Quoker intercepts. Quoker went for a run though. Her kick bounced off the player in Madeline Johnson. Johnson inboard. Overrunning the pill though was Saki. Coming through though, Silvio again. She's been good. But the All-Stars take it away here. Freedom Ebert. She kicks it towards the half-forward flank position. Plenty of numbers around here. Oh, good pickup, good run. That was courtesy of, I think there was Madeline Johnson who went inside 50 with a kick. But waiting back there, Caitlin Deal from the Boston Demons does the clean-up work. Went towards half back, laying in the tackle there, Karen Stablin, and umpire Dive Island blows the whistle and calls for a ball up. You can hear me panting. That's what 125 kilos doing about a 150 metre sprint sounds like. As the ball is thrown up in the air. Going in the contest was Bianca Devine. I think it's Quoker got spun around. Good tackle laid on, unless it was signaled too high. No, cross of the arms and a call for a ball up, and that was Robin Leslie from the San Francisco Iron Maidens laying that tackle. As the ball goes up in the air, trying to go in there is Dowsett. A little kick away. Now quick snap towards centre half forward. Plenty of players around the footy. One of them that tried to get in there was Gontan Tinnitus. She lost the football though to Leslie, who just kicked it into space. Foot race on. Centre half forward. Rainbow Ebert's there. She's caught by Valerie Barber Exthelm. Spun her around in a circle, and that's holding the football. No, ball up, pardon me. I thought that was the whole 360 spin. Umpire and commentator not thinking alike there. And now a free kick being given there to Emma Dowsett from Craigieburn. Dowsett kicks it towards the wing position. Oh, good mark. Johnson runs off. Oh, that's a one-handed bounce. That's some class. Now on the right boot. Long inside the forward line. Just couldn't hang on to it. Quoker got a hurry kick away while under pressure. A little kick off the ground. A bit of a grubber and too high. Just a bit reckless in the tackle there by the 21. It might be Cherie Spowett, in fact, from Roxburgh Park. It's not listed on our sheet. Going forward is Quoker. And in dispute on the far side, we'll call for a ball up. Of course, for the Aussies listening, we've talked about sides of the East Coast, West Coast, talked about Minnesota and Denver. But don't forget down south, the Arizona Hawks are trying to get their program going again. And Texas, the Houston Lone Stars and Dallas Magpies, Austin Crows are all teaming up to see if they can send a Texas team to the San Diego Nationals in October. We know Erin Phillips, the AFLW Best and Fairest, retweeted the Houston Tryout Day back in June, in fact, which was fantastic for them, and they've been getting good numbers. Remember, Ebert is all wrapped up there, and she's going nowhere. Oop, whistle on the mouth momentarily, and now we'll call for the ball up. Liberty trying to do the attacking here. They need to make an impact on the scoreboard, but Dowsett's going to run away on the left boot. Low and sharp, that's good. Cherie Spowett, it goes inside 50 with a kick. It bounces okay. I think she's chased up her own kick. Hand pass over the top of the goal square. Little chip kick, that'll do it. Putting it through there in the end was Samantha French. And that goal extends the lead out to 26 points. Mark it down, Samantha French for the All-Stars. She's from Craigieburn. And it extends it out to 5-10-40 to 2-2-14. Taking the game on, going down the guts. Good running. Good hard intent at the football. And with 15 minutes to go in the match, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Liberty to pull it back from here. Ball up. Saki went through, went out towards the wing. Angelitas going hard at the football. So is Trisha Devine. Valerie Barber Exthelm put in a solid bump. Wants to go again. Robin Leslie went in there. Couldn't extract it. Umpire blows the whistle, says too high, free kick. And it's the way of the All-Stars. Angelitas with the football. Emily Angelitas from Glenroy. Swings around on the right, went high. In towards the middle of the ground. Good mark taken, and this is by Emma Dowsett from Craigieburn. On the left, low kick. Could have taken the head off a garden gnome. And taking it there is Robin Leslie, who kicked it into space. Angelitas is good again. She got on the left arm. Oh, Silvio said rejected. Knocked it out of her hands. Went back, got it again. Put it on the right. Went towards the half-forward flank position. Getting in there and stealing the football is Michaels. Kathleen Michaels went for the 1-2. Oh, she left it behind this time, but it doesn't matter. Support is there. Bernarski was there, and the umpire said you dropped the football. Bernarski from the Columbus Gillaroos, who last year teamed up with Baltimore Washington Eagles at the Nationals. And taken away there by Trish Devine. Kicks towards the middle of the ground, but only for Cassie Wilkinson for the Denver Bulldogs to try and run onto. She got stopped in their tracks. Quaker going after it. Oh, now they're signalling straight away for the bench. This is not good. This is not good. We might have to zoom in there on that. That is not good. She's on the ground in pain. Cassie Wilkinson from the Denver Bulldogs. Well, let's hope it's not a knee or anything serious. Let's just hope that whatever it is, it's just something that has caused a bit of shock or pain temporarily that can be, it's not long-term damage. She's signaling to her right leg momentarily. The clock's still ticking here. I'm not sure if they're going to stop the clock or if we'll have time on. Yeah, we're going to stop the clock, so they'll just wait. 13 minutes remaining on their clock. I've got 12 and a half, so we might have to link that up in just a moment's time, but who cares? It's more footy. It's not playing for premiership points. This is a tour match just to develop the skills of the women from the USA, to improve the game over there, and hopefully maybe one day find an AFLW star or two. As a player on the ground at the moment is Cassie Wilkinson from the Denver Bulldogs. The trainers seeking attention to her. You've probably got the best shot there through the vision. And we'll see if they'll be calling for the stretcher. She was writhing on the ground in pain, and no one likes to see these injuries, certainly in football. Let's just hope that she's up. That's one thing. So that's a good sign that it's not the stretcher. But she is hobbling off there. So I don't know if an ankle or knee. I'm not a doctor. To use that Simpsons phrase, oh, I'm not a doctor. But let's just hope that whatever it is, it was something got jarred or knocked or whatever, and it's just a bit of temporary pain. Even it means the rest of the tour is sitting out there, as long as it doesn't mean ACL or something like that. But she's clearly in a bit of discomfort, and our thoughts with her, and obviously her friends and teammates watching back at the hotel at the moment. That is tough to see. You've come to Australia to enjoy yourself and have a fun time playing footy. Unfortunately, like anything with sport, that's the risk that we take. We can't wrap ourselves in cotton wool, naturally. Unfortunately, accidents do happen in contact sports, and this is just one of them. We'll see if we can get an update for you post-match. We'll wait. And umpire holds the ball up, and we are underway again here at Manor Lakes. So Wilkinson, the player, injured. Lurking nearby there is Mullen, who kicked it towards a half-forward flank position on the far side. Saki running after the football. And just spun around. Is that dropping the football? No, still in dispute. As the hurry kick by the All-Stars to the far side of the ground, only to be intercepted by Quoker. Quoker went towards the half-forward flank. They looked to sell the candy. Valerie Bubba Exdale stopped and propped and got around the player. Was trying to get to Skosniecki. I'll get that right sooner or later. I know I'll get a lesson from Brian Parrish afterwards. Struggled at the Nationals last year. It's the old saying, doesn't matter what they call me, just don't call me late for dinner. As going in there was Arundel, dispossessed of the football. Still on the deck, Dowsett. Got a hurry kick away on the right. Was trying to find the player there, and Lauren Henry got dispossessed of the football. And that was Lizzie Evan, who kicked it straight down the guts towards centre half forward. Going in to lay the tackle on that occasion is Lauren Skosniecki. And we'll call for a ball up. 26 points the margin, 5-10 playing 2-2. And hurried hand pass away. Sees a player dropping the football. being caught on that occasion was Leone. And the opportunity here with Robin Leslie. Passes inside 50, had to be good with a kick, came off hands. Still in dispute. Weaving through, Constantinides. It's Constantinides, pardon me. Only as far as Leslie, who kicked it back in. Player ducked underneath the football, got knocked off of it at the last moment. Courtesy of Jessica Nelson coming through. Still far side. Hurry kick away. Constantinides managed to get it to the advantage of Bianca Devine. She went long towards centre wing, far side of the ground, chasing after the football. Is Karen Stabelin, and the ball is over and out. So 10 minutes remaining in this match. A reminder of other games happening throughout the tour. On Tuesday at Bulleen Templestowe, Tuesday evening. Bulleen Templestowe, a VAFA club, taking on the Liberty. The remainder actually are VAFA women teams. Bulleen Templestowe on the Tuesday, Friday being the game against Monash Blues, Sunday against West Brunswick, and Wednesday against the Oakley Crushers. As I've been told by Shona McInnes of the VAFA, there are sides from various different divisions, from as high as Division 1 down to Division 4, so they get a range of different competition to test themselves against. So if they got smashed against one, that might be a higher division side. They might have a closer game against, or even win against a lower division side. So they get to test themselves against all different levels. Those coming up through the fortnight. For details on what games are being streamed, just keep an eye on facebook.com/USAFL for all those details. So we'll just search United States Australian Football League in the search bar at Facebook as the ball is thrown up in the air, far side of the ground. Leslie was there, being caught immediately was a rundale by Dowsett. Umpire said there was no prior opportunity. Dowsett wanted again to lay another tackle, and umpire comes in and calls for a ball up. Centre wing out of side, final term as away we go again. Getting onto the football was through Clayton. Spun around, was in trouble. They got it to a teammate. Kicked it towards the half-forward flank. Dowsett did well to sell the candy, gave the don't argue, went towards and found a teammate 30 metres out from goal. That was in the agency of Danuccio, who spotted up another target. And I think taking the mark there might be Sheree Spowett, who has the football. Has a shot at goal. It's a lovely kick. It's across the face though. Good mark taken. And in the goal square, well, just outside of it to be put on the angle, is Freedom Ebert from Glenroy. She is looking for her first. And put the margin out to 32 points. Freedom Ebert. Close the play on the mark. Gets it. You can hear the crowd behind us. They're happy with that. And the All-Stars move across to 6:10:46. The USA Liberty 2-2-14. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the match. Freedom Ebert from the Glenroy Football Club, one of 4 representatives from them, along with Bianca Devine, as well as Emily Angelidis and Rainbow Ebert. As ball's back in the middle of the ground, not too far away from a final siren. 7.5 minutes to go. Can the Liberty get a couple back the other way? Put a bit of respectability on the scoreboard. Add to their 2 from the first half. Hurry kick though. Going long towards Sarah Carlin. Knocked out of her hands, pardon me. It was the player in Spowett. Knocked away from her. Trisha Devine lost it. Courtesy of Quoker going through. Quoker fights in hard again. Laurie Quoker all wrapped up and going nowhere, so we'll call for a ball up. So, Guy Filan looks around, throws the ball up in the air. Away we go again. Plenty of plays around the footy. Hurried kick and a downfield being paid. I think it was Valerie Barber Exton who got dumped afterwards after getting rid of the football cleanly. They were tackled by Angelidis was paid against. So we'll have it at centre half forward for the USA Liberty with the downfield free kick. Skoshniecki from the New York Magpies. If I got it wrong, Drake Casillas will let me know about it. As the kick inside 50, mark taken. Hello to Dre listening there. Robin Leslie takes the mark. Long way out from home. Been good today, covered a lot of miles. She goes right. It's a dribbling ball along the ground. Don't tell me to make the distance. I think it has. Bounding up, goal umpire says, grabs the flags, no point. Must have been touched just before it got there. Sorry to disappoint those listening on the stream who might have thought they got there with a goal, but it was a fair effort nonetheless. 2-3-15 the Liberty, 6-10-46 the All-Stars. Mark taken in the back pocket. Hurried kick. Getting there to make a contest. Stavelin towards the boundary line. Now an intercept taken again. Guess who? Robin Leslie. She struck some form, hasn't she? Looks good. Kicks it long inside 50. Bouncing football. Couldn't get there, Nelson. Hand pass backwards, under pressure. Caught with the football. The All-Stars player who's going nowhere. Wrapped up was Lulu from Tarnit. And we'll call for a ball up. Away we go again. Dyfallen waves the hands of the air, calls play on. And the ball gets shuffled over the boundary line and out of bounds. Seen over by Kathleen Michaels from the Minnesota Freeze. 4.5 minutes remaining as tap down, Dowsett runs after the football, got it, takes one bounce, lost control of it, tries to chase after it again, went back, tried to get it, knocked out of her hands. Valerie Barber Exthelm was there, but it doesn't matter because her teammate has the resulting free kick for laying that tackle, Catherine Mullen. So Mullen from the Minnesota Freeze kicks it long inside 50, but only to be taken straight back out again for the All-Stars with a long high kick. Parking herself underneath it is Madeline Johnson. Johnson got to go, and that's what she does. Look at this fast breaking football. It's good on the outer side. Good entertaining stuff. But Angelita's tried to get there, but meeting it was Brianna Osthoff, and she goes for the safety of the boundary line on the far side. Plenty of stars back there. Quoker load the tackle and dispossessed the player and threw her Clayton. But just pure weight of numbers for the All-Stars. Sees them get it as Leslie comes in and lays a good tackle and gets another free kick. I mean, great final quarter. Robin Leslie gets on the right boot. Booming kick towards half forward. Got away from the player in Bianca Devine as attacking the head, Angelitas. Weave through, kicked up, looking for Dowsett again. Getting to there with both hands, Lizzie Evan. Looks for the safety of the boundary line, and that's what she'll find. 3 minutes to go on the match. 46 plays 15. Don't forget, late Saturday night in the US, you will see through the AFL International Cup YouTube page the USA Revolution taking on the Canada North Wind and the USA Freedom taking on the Irish Banshees. Two ripping games of football. Don't just watch it yourself, invite friends around. Or if a bar has got the streaming TV, tell them to put the game on because both matches are going to be fantastic. And obviously get behind your country. And obviously, if an Australian watching, get behind the Yanks as they try to climb up the table in the International Cup. Going in there to pick it up was Nelson. Knocked away from her. Circling around, the umpire will blow the whistle as fighting for it was Emily Theroux Clayton from Roxwood Park. Throws it up in the air inside 50 for the Liberty, who are attacking the southern end of the ground. A clearing kick though, Patricia Devine got away from her and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. So almost full time here. They had a great first half. They were so close to taking the lead there, the Liberty, and then they just ran out of gas as an experienced All-Stars team ran over the top and broke the game open in that second half as the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds, forcing Emily Angelides to climb over the fence and get the footy back. And we'll have a throw-in on the outer side between centre wing and half-forward flank for the Liberty. As the ball is back into play, over the head of a few players. Quaker was there. The mine slammed it on the boot. Oh, taking the mark and going for a run there. Spowett goes towards the half-forward flank. Johnson takes a bounce, puts on the afterburners. Oh, danced around the player. Kidner wants the hot spot, 30 metres out from goal. Can they squeeze another one? Kraft chasing after the footballer. Hurry kick there by Moscow. Doesn't look good. It's away to the right. Minor score. So 6-11-47, the All-Stars. 2-3-15, the Liberty. About 25 seconds remaining in the match. Game 1 of the 5-game series for the Liberty. As the kick in from defence goes long and bounces well to the player going for a run in Amelia Rundale. Keeps it in front of herself, still going for a run. Angelides was after her. And sees the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. In fact, I think a free kick even might have been paid. Out of bounds to the full. Doesn't matter. The siren has sounded here at Manor Lakes, and that is full time in our first game of the tour. 6 goals, 11, 47, defeating 2-3-15. Goal kickers for today, for this All-Stars, 2 to Chloe Denicio of Roxburgh Park, singles to Trisha Devine of Roxburgh Park, Freedom Ebert of Glenroy, Samantha French of Craigieburn, and Brooke Muscat of the VU Western Spurs. For the USA Liberty, it's singles to Lani Silvio of the Los Angeles Dragons and Karen Stablin of the Baltimore Washington Eagles. Only one injury to report. It seemed to be a lower leg injury to the right leg of Cassie Wilkinson, I believe to the right leg. She looked in a bit of discomfort as she was carried off the ground at the halfway mark of the final quarter. If we do hear any more, we will let you know. We've asked for Judith Stein to send over 1 or 2 players before we wrap up. We thank again Troy Maloney and his great work that he's been doing on the camera for this evening. Good crowd has stuck around to watch. In fact, they're ready to almost close the bar because they're putting down the flags as well as we speak. It's been a very entertaining day here at Manor Lakes. Just in case you've been watching and you've got friends out this way in the western suburbs, Manor Lakes, not only a senior club, they've got a couple of junior teams and they're looking to extend that program next year. So if you've got some friends with some kids that want to play junior footy, just look up Manor Lakes on the internet, the Manor Lakes Footy Club, and get them playing with the Storm in season 2018 in the WRFL. We can see a pack of players on the far side getting together and getting their team photo together, which is absolutely fantastic to see, all in the spirit of footy. And that's what brought them all together and brought everyone here together. So we just wait for them to come over to this side of the ground. It's been a very entertaining day here today. A great night game. In fact, the remainder of the fixture sees 3 night games to come and 1 day game, a 10 a.m. on Sunday week at Royal Park when they take on West Brunswick. So, great atmosphere here where we've had a couple hundred people stick around to watch. A lot of locals see, oh, the lights are on, there must be some footy. And they've had the opportunity to see a USA team run around as part of this tour. We thank the clubs that participated from the Eastern District and Western Region Football Leagues for taking part. They include Roxburgh Park, Glenroy, VU Western Spurs, Glen Orden, Tarneet and Craigieburn. And of course, the Manor Lakes Football Club for hosting this and supplying the jumpers as part of this special day. And of course, the staff and volunteers at the USAFL for supplying the camera, the equipment, and the YouTube page for us to be able to bring you this game. It's been a marvellous effort from the All-Stars today. Plenty of winners across the board of them. Trisha Devine was great. Plenty of run. Emma Dalsett was fantastic. Of course, Cherie Spowett. Plenty of drive. Madeline Johnson. Emily Angelidis was great as well. And as we said, the goal kickers, 2 to Chloe Danuccio, singles to Trisha Devine, Freedom Ebert, Samantha French, and Brooke Muscat for 6-11-47 to 2-3-15. The goals for the Liberty, singles to Leonie Silvio and Karen Stabelin. A few supporters around them enjoying the cider, to say the least. We wait for the USA team to come by, and there might even be 1 or 2 speeches as well, and we'll see if we can get that, as well as a couple of interviews with some of the players from the Liberty. Got a feeling there might be some speeches about to be made. If there is, we might even take the wireless mic out there. It's been played in great spirits, this scratch match, as part of the tour. And I think we're going to have some words, so we might take this opportunity to see if we can head out there. Let's see if we can find out what's happening there. A little bit of sing, a little bit of push and shove, a little bit of photos being taken, everyone together as a group photo. It's great to see. And this group shot he taken in front of the Manor Lakes Club Room. Manor Lakes, of course, were women's premiers in the VWFL Northwest Division last year. And they hosted and put together the jumpers for this All-Stars team. And there's the group shots being taken. Of course, we've got the back to us. But thank you also to the VUS and Spurs for their support of the USA. And I believe some speeches might be happening in just a moment's time, so let's see if we can get in on that. Let's see if we can hear what's going on with the speeches in just a moment. Let's go across to the mics and see what we've got coming up here. Let's see if we can hear from the President. Let's see if we can get his speeches in just a moment's time. And right
out there, we've got a couple of announcements and a couple of awards. Again, thank you to the Liberties for coming out. It was a great day. He's got some goals, which were awesome. From what I hear, he's really improved and going places. Well done. To our girls, the All-Stars, never played before, and that's a pretty good effort. Just hearing from some of the parents of some of the best games she's played, so well done. Also, too, while we're here, I'd just like to thank all the Manor Lakes staff in the kitchen, behind the bar, junior parents for helping out, umpires, awesome effort, thank you. We've got a couple of Best On Ground awards, and umpire Di will hand them out.
Not reaching out that way. Take the speaker.
So we'll be just taking a couple of more photos, and then obviously we'll get that all sorted out there. We're moving the speakers around so they can hear out there what's going on. And I think the speaker leads can only go so far. And then we'll get the Best On Ground awards, as we said, and then a couple of interviews as well. So let's hear what's about to be said.
Okay. Thanks again. You couldn't hear me out there, but I'd like to thank both teams. Liberties were pretty awesome. Well done. Got some goals on the board and great effort. Also to the All-Stars, first game together, and I just said before, some of your parents were telling me it's the best game you've ever played, so well done. Again, I'll thank the Manor Lakes staff behind the bar and the canteen, the junior parents that helped out, umpires. Thanks for making it all come together for us. We've got a couple of awards, Best On Grounds from both teams, and umpire Di will present them. Okay, firstly for the Liberty, number 28, Robin Leslie from the Golden Gate Roos.
Robin Leslie from they call them the Golden Gate Warriors, but they're the San Francisco Iron Maidens. They call them when they play wins. One bloke wants to call them the Roos. Some North Melbourne supporters.
From Grangerburn, Emma Ganser. I believe everybody's have to get going pretty soon, so once again, thanks a lot for coming. Hope you enjoyed the time. Really something all of us will remember for a while, and looking forward to maybe seeing you again down here or over there. Thanks again.
President there of the Manor Lakes Football Club doing the honours, and hopefully we'll get some interviews in just a moment's time, but marvellous atmosphere. So back in the main commentary position, we hope to get a few players to join us and have a bit of a chat. Cat Hogg was going to arrange a few players for us. We've got the headsets for them. Then we'll obviously wrap up our live stream, because I know everyone wants to head on home. Bit of a cold all night in Melbourne, and everyone wants to get ready for tomorrow's International Cup in Melbourne. And in fact, I think Judith Stein is going to make some presentations, so we might head across to that. Let's go to Judith Stein right now for her words.
Respect to liberty.
So on behalf of the USA Liberty, I wanted to present this jumper to Shane for all of his hard work in putting this game together for us. We are very appreciative. Might be a bit small, but hopefully you'll frame it and put it out with pride. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's Shane White, the president there of the Manor Lakes Football Club, who hosts today. Their main side, of course, didn't play, as they have got finals tomorrow against Keilor at Burnside Reserve. I think they were doing the rendition of the horses there. That's a little bit of Australian culture for you. Very random here at Manor Lakes. Players breaking up from their respective huddles. We hope that we can catch one or two players just to join us before we end the stream. Thanks to all those that have been watching via YouTube. Your company really does mean a lot for this production that's being put on today. Troy Maloney volunteering, and yours truly joining us on commentary. So we've got a couple of the girls joining us here from the USA Liberty. Ladies, let's start off. How was the experience here at Manor Lakes?
Amazing. I mean, there's literally nothing like playing in Australia, but especially as a US team getting to play an Australian team. Beautiful conditions, wonderful game.
And as well to Laurie Quicker. Now, you played football obviously in Sydney before. How have you found the standard change since you last played in Australia?
Yeah, well, I played in Wollongong and it was a lot warmer, a little cold here, but I feel like the football is a little harder down here. I mean, I feel like you guys live and breathe this sport more than in New South Wales, but I liked it. I liked the intensity. It was difficult keeping up with a few of those girls, but I liked it. It was a good challenge.
So, for most of you, of course, you spent several $1,000s of your own money and fundraising to come down here and play. I mean, Claire, I'll start with you. Why did you want to make the journey to Australia and play for your country against all these suburban clubs here in Melbourne?
Obviously, back home, our coaches, everybody that we play with, for the most part, it's American, so we learn from Americans, and just the chance to come down here and learn this sport from people who have been, growing up playing it, have the skills down, or at least have watched, has been really, really invaluable to us. Just a completely different style of game. We're really grateful to have the opportunity to play.
And I might ask you that question, Lizzie, as well. I mean, it was made by Katie Clapp when we talked to her when she first came down and started playing in Melbourne. She says she knows how quicker the action is, as in the tackling's quicker. You're under more pressure. You have to release the ball earlier.
Yeah, it forces you to make decisions a lot quicker. We're not necessarily used to doing that in the U.S., but it's a wonderful opportunity to do it here. The best part about it is we get to take that home. We get to take it home to our home clubs and trying to teach the girls back home how to make those snap decisions.
Let's talk about today's game. And Lizzie, I'll start off by mentioning obviously the play on the ground. Robin Leslie, sensational today, plenty of run.
Amazing. She did so well. She was everywhere she needed to be and then some. Yeah, absolutely.
And Laurie Quoker in the back line as well. Valerie Barber, Exton, plenty of tackles. Ended up pushing further up the ground later in the game.
Yeah, she did great. She's got a really good boot on her, and she just has that energy just to keep going. So she brought that energy and that boot she has up to the forward line, and it was great having her like that extra player just running around the forward line.
And as well, Claire, Amelia Rundle for the Philadelphia Hawks gave plenty early on.
Oh yeah, I love playing with her. I was so excited to be on the field with her. We played together in different tournaments, and every time just endless energy, always on the ball, always impressive, really smart. Great person.
So let's have a look ahead for the plans. Lizzie, you've got obviously another 4 matches to come against the VAFA sides, pulling Templestowe, West Brunswick, Monash and Oakley still to come. What's the recovery process like to get up to play another 4 games within 2 weeks?
Yeah, sure. So our next game is on Tuesday. We've got a couple of days. Tomorrow we'll do some recovery together as a team, and then we'll just keep moving. We'll keep training. We've got a lot of great opportunities, some with the Spurs, some with some other clubs and teams. So it's going to be an amazing opportunity to just keep moving forward and work on what we learned from this game.
And Claire, if you were to just straight off the top of your head look
Great competition and a feeder competition there to the AFL.
You're the truest form of an athlete playing footy. You got to cover long distances, got to be able to have endurance, be quick, athletic, sprint, be strong, and have skill at the same time. And I think that if you fancy yourself an athlete, this is the sport.
Everyone plays offense and defense, and everyone is a skilled player. You need to have reasonable endurance, reasonable speed, reasonable strength. There's no restrictions on how tall you need to be. Some guys can be, high 6 feet. Some people are in their 5'5", so it doesn't discriminate against anyone. Anyone can play. The thing that Americans would find particularly exciting about it is the fact that it's so fast-paced. The game's continuous, it doesn't stop, the game just continues to keep rolling.
Future of the game, I think that we need to get into more colleges. You look at a team like Minnesota and what they're able to do with college scholarships. Kids going over to Australia for a semester and then come back and they're helping with Minnesota's team. I think that's where our real development's going to come in, and I think we need to really foster the college game.
It's a sport that's really growing, not only in Australia but all around the world, and there's been a few signings of young American college players in the last few years that have made the transition to our sport and done really well.
So a wide range of ages and fitness levels, and it's really a sport for anybody.
So I looked up Aussie rules on YouTube and I thought it was really cool, and that's how I found out about it.
It brings together certain elements from all different sports. Sometimes you might not be the top 1% of a particular sport, but you can use what you know about that sport, and it all is applied very well in Aussie rules football.
Just check out if there's a club in your local area, and from my own experience, both Aussies and Americans in the club are really welcoming and they took good care of me, so they'll definitely look out for you, and it's a good time.